Hello everyone, it is the month of May, which is also known as Mermay, the month when a bunch of artists draw mermaids non-stop for an entire month. And so I drew a flowerdeer in a sort of mermaid AU. But this video is not actually about flowerdeer, that's just something for you to look at while I read to you the plot summary of a novel I wrote when I was 12 years old about mermaids. Yeah, it's actually where I got Macaulay's name from, and also Semra and Zephyrus, because I reused a bunch of names. But yeah, the actual entirety of the novel has been lost to the NaNoWriMo site when it shut down, but honestly, the world is better off without it. However, I do remember like a good chunk of it, so I quickly wrote down a plot summary so I could remember. And oh my gosh, guys, the story is actually so crazy. Yeah, it says quick plot summary lol, which should say everything you need to know about this. So it's her first day of middle school, but she's also magically a 7th grader or something. Didn't think that one through. Starts with a flashback of her weird seizure thingy in a pool as a toddler that no one seems to think is important to get medically checked on. She has a magic eye that shifts colors with her emotions and has weird visions when touching water, but only in convenient times for the plot. She goes to school and is put with a mean girl named Marula, who used to be her bestie, but for some reason stopped being friends when Kiko, my main character, didn't want to go in her pool like any normal person who didn't bring a swimsuit. And yes, I got the name Kiko from the School of Good and Evil. Yeah, not proud of that. Anyways, Marula invites the class to her pool, and Kiko goes to the party for some reason. I didn't bother writing that scene, and it jumps to the end where she's creepily still there despite everyone being gone, and Marula has vanished into the plot of Marula has vanished into the void of plot convenience. Then Kiko decides to get in the pool for absolutely no reason, and she magically has a swimsuit now in all my drawings. No, I'm not showing you the drawings. They're actually so possessed. This is like the actually the only cool part in this novel. And this whole novel was inspired by like floating in a pool and looking at the light's reflections of the ripples on the top of the water, like on the bottom, which is, yeah, it looked really neat, and then I somehow made a story out of it. Yeah. The light's reflections of the ripples wrap around her and turn her into a mermaid, because it just works like that. She gets used to this, and then realizes there's no surface when she looks up. She can't get out of the pool. It seems endless. Oh no! Then, as if this can't get any weirder, she's instinctively pulled into some strange interpretive dance that somehow opens a portal to the literal ocean. A guy on the other side was also dancing, which helped open the portal, but he bolts like a sane person when he comes to his senses, and all she sees is gold eyes and somehow smells mint underwater. Don't ask how. I don't know what 12-year-old me was thinking. Now she's pretty much in Atlantis, and thinks she's dreaming, because yeah, she swims around the city, but then is stopped and asked for identification or something, and when she can't provide it, the guard randomly stabs her with a needle and draws her blood, like any normal officer checking registration, obviously. Oh my gosh. Her blood is... Okay. Her blood is opalescent, which clearly means she's the chosen one, and royalty, and all that fuss. Never mind how nobody noticed her weird blood before. She's ushered into the sea glass palace, which is actually kind of cool. Almost suffocates fiddling around with their mysterious underwater makeup that is somehow a powder, and air bubbles are formed, or whatever, and I don't even know what on earth I was thinking at the time. Then she's shipped off to their weird royalty school, or like, you know, posh preppy thing, and makes a bunch of friends, 6 to be exact, on the first day, because that's realistic. Wish fulfillment much? They have a lot of stupid classes, like beauty and manners and dance. Why did I think dance was stupid? I actually like dancing, that's weird. It was super strange, and I can't remember too much. She discovers she's actually super hot, according to mermaid standards, and a bunch of boys are creepily stalking her, which is obviously a compliment according to 12-year-old me. Guys, I'm fine now. That's a major red flag. Don't, like, literally don't. But then she knows nothing about manners or whatever, and so is once more snubbed by the rich posh kids. But then she makes friends with a few misfits, and here's their names. Cryggle, Jamie, Macaulay, Semra, Rune, and Zephyrus. You can see the ones I reused. Cryggle sets off a stink/glitter bomb. Never mind how it totally doesn't work like that underwater. And she compliments his prank, and they're magically friends now. Some guys are cussing in math, and she tells them off, threatening to tell their mothers, because it totally works like that, and earns Jamie's friendship. She's just, like, collecting these people like Pokemon. She bonds with Rune over a shared love of history, and I honestly forget how she met the rest of them, except for Zeph. He's the guy with gold eyes with the interpretive dancing. More on him later. Anyways, she's sort of fitting in with all the mermaid nonsense, but only now decides to escape and go back to her dad. Her mom never existed or died when she was young, but she's not traumatized by that at all. I didn't write this part, but her dad died of either cancer or plot convenience, more likely the second, and she comes back to the palace sobbing her eyes out. Somehow her heart sends out an osmosis text message or whatever, not wanting to be alone, and the rando with gold eyes receives it and magically sneaks into the palace to chill with her, because breaking and entering, guys. His super special powers are sending people into their own consciousness, sort of like mind reading, except the person is in there with them. Oh yeah, and each mermaid has special powers, but it adds absolutely nothing to the plot. He introduces himself, revealing that he too has opalescent blood and is a lost heir, royalty, chosen one, or whatever it is at this point. Maybe there was a magic prophecy of 2 kids who rule Atlantis or something. Who knows? The plot was really weird. They could become instant besties and totally not falling in love with each other at age 12. Totally. The rest of her friends and Zeph become super good friends, and they go whale racing. Oh, and at some point, I think she was nearly assassinated or whatever, but Zephyrus protected her. Yay. They have a meal together. She has some weirdly profound thoughts during a random pillow fight scene. She discovers an ultra-sharp sword for literally no reason, and it's never mentioned again. And there's some mushy kissing stuff that should rot underneath my bed for the rest of eternity. Stuff happens. No clue what the climax was. Maybe it was her finally accepting the role of queen. More likely kissing Zeph, though, because that was the whole point of the plot. Kiko becomes queen, marries Zeph at age 12, they get married, what? And yay, happily ever after! Yeah, that's a horrible story. Oh, and I think they enslaved whales or something.